When I was younger, used to say that I was in the back of the class, just catching a rap for the teachers like I just happened to pass. I'm a student with spectacular math.
But those leaders are play. So I know you taking over, but you know that Bam is guilty. And you willing to stand there and say that you still got to look into it further for what? You already know he's guilty. You the same one that said you left the apartment and you left the Zulu Nation behind the allegations. Now you come back and you hear more. You get the answer, you get the truth, and you still standing by Bam? Question. Has anybody ever seen Bam with a woman? Your name is Afrika Bambaataa. You claim Islam. 1 minute you do, 1 minute you don't. Everything about you says no homo. Well, it's supposed to. Where's your wife at? Why you don't have no kids? We're flipping to the next side. Where's your husband at? When you lay down at nighttime, where you sleeping? There's no boyfriend that we see. You have multiple partners. When you get up, I mean, your thing is, everybody loves Bam, he's a celebrity. So what you do, you have all these young boys come hang around your house, they love Bam. Some of the older ones bring younger boys. You don't get them high, I would never say that about you, I've never seen you do that. They get themselves high, they get drunk, they have fun at Bam house. Next thing you know, you're putting on pornos, playing with little boys. I'll take you back to a story. With me, Alibaba, which is Tafik's little brother, and Kip. Bam had all three of us in his house one day with some porn on, jerking all three of us off. Another situation. I mentioned one of my brother's name, and you know, I feel bad because he was upset. He was like, how could you do this to me? I got a family, ruining my reputation. He sent me a text stating that Bam just wanted me to jerk off in front of him, but I told him no. So I took the own text and I uploaded it on Facebook. Everybody saw it. So he goes into the comments and he's saying, listen, y'all wanted me to jerk off. Bam offered us $10 to see which one of us could come first. He wanted to see which one of us could jerk off and masturbate first. But I told him no. See, I never argued with him because he didn't realize he just told on himself. I wasn't even there for that situation. I was getting far more worse than that. Moral of the story is, there's so many of my brothers. We're not talking about 1, 2, 3. There's so many names. There's so many people that I looked up to that ended up in that book that he has. And how he break you in, you look at that book. You see some of the dudes that you looked up to that's 10 years older than you, 5 years older than you. Because he got them like stair steps. Wow, this is such and such. I don't want to call no more names because these dudes got families. And you see these dudes in there, and this is how, well, this is your hero right here. Well, I got him too. But when you look at that book, some of them was the same age, 13 or 14 years old.
Right.
I listen to some of these people say, well, you was 14, you was 15, you knew what you was doing. You don't know what the fuck they meant, what they been through. You don't know how they was raised in a house. Like I said, before Bam got to me, I was already got. I was broken in as a little kid, stalking at about 7, 8 years old by one of my babysitters. So when Bam got to me, it was like I was already folded. I was already mentally messed up from having a mom that had the weight of the world on her shoulder and didn't know how to deal with a young man. A woman cannot raise a man.
Right.
She is too emotional.
That's right.
All she did was pass on her anger. Then more anger built up, and what happens? We go out there in the streets and end up in jail. Most of the little young men that Bam has touched their life, everybody's saying Bam saved me. No, he saved you because you turned away from the street and he didn't get a chance to touch you. Maybe because you was dark-skinned and he really don't like dark-skinned dudes. He like the high yellow little boys of the Puerto Ricans. So maybe you wasn't his taste. So you got away scot-free. Maybe it was ugly to him. But a lot of us ended up in jail for murder. Too many of us. Bishop, aka Snake, he's still in there. A whole lot more. I'm not gonna call out too many names because these dudes got families. And at the end of the day, I know what it feels like as a man to go through, to experience this shit. The pain that I... Why would Ben sit back in the cut and watch the whole Zulu Nation crumble? Why would y'all sit there and wait for this much pressure to come out, and then y'all gonna make Bam step down. Why y'all didn't make Bam step down when y'all knew for sure that he was
baby washing machine.
How can you cover up for a pedophile?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you how. Some of these dudes that's around Bam, the majority, Bam that touched them since they was little kids. Some of them were killed for them, or some beast of a nation shit crazy ass little boys. So a lot of these dudes that you still see around Bambaataa, a lot of these dudes, anybody you see traveling overseas with Bambaataa is definitely a lover. I said it. I don't care if you don't like it. Anybody traveling with him is a lover. If you're going overseas with him, you a lover. Some of these dudes talk about, well, he never tried me, they lying their motherfucking ass off. Because he done tried every gangster in the world. Why he ain't tried you? He done tried dudes that was legends before I even knew what it was like to be a legend in the street. Why he ain't gonna try your punk ass? And stop telling me what you would have done if it was you. Like I said, half y'all motherfuckers wouldn't fight your way out of it. Back. Don't tell me about what you was gonna do or what you ain't gonna do. What y'all need to do is make the rest of that council step the fuck down. And I want to big up Star because no matter what anybody has to say about him, he took a stand against a pedophile. I don't care what he did in the past. When he touched me in my hands, he stood by me against a pedophile. So anybody that got a problem with Star, because he got a problem with exposing them, y'all got a problem with me. It is what it is.
I ain't do nothing, they just happened to laugh, and I got it. And it was pissing me off, it was like I couldn't go a week without the principal's office.